All right, so where we left off was that you had gotten all the way to Right Russia. You were in a park. And I thought that you said that a Russian soldier had asked you, do you want to go to Russia or do you want to go back home?
Not in the park.
No, so how did you left the park to go somewhere else?
Yeah, because where we gathered together, the bunch from my hometown, was a little town further than Bialystok. This is where I was.
Is that where the park was?
No, the park was in Bialystok.
Oh, so you went to the park first, and then all the people from your town,
Not all the people.
but a group of you.
I did, yeah.
So you moved from the park to some other place.
I didn't move no place. I just went to the big people that I was with.
Oh, okay, all right. And what was it like? It was just a bunch of people hanging out in the park?
Oh, people that were running away, just like me. I mean, they didn't know where to go yet.
So nobody knew where they were going. They just needed to get away from Poland.
All right.
And did you expect to find out at some point where you were supposed to go?
No,
You were just waiting for what?
I don't know.
Okay,
Nothing.
all right. And then, so at that place where you were after the park, that's where the soldier came up and said, come with me, right? And he asked you, do you want to go to Russia
Yeah,
or do you
and
want
I
to go
said,
home?
take me where I have some friends, some people, so they'll go too. And they said no. Well, they just, if they say no, there's nothing you could do.
So, but he asked you, do you want to go to Russia or do you want to go home, right? You said that you wanted to go home.
Right,
And then he said, come with me.
right.
And then he didn't tell you where you were going?
No.
But he put you
Are
on
you kidding?
Yeah. Was he nice or was he...
Yeah, right. Would be very nice, but he didn't say anything. He just pushed me in that cattle train. Luckily, to a very nice group of people, family. Why that family was evacuated, I don't know.
Were they from Poland too?
No, they were from Bialystok.
Were they Jewish?
You know something there? I think so. Yeah. They didn't speak Jewish. They spoke Russian.
Did you speak Russian?
No, not at that time.
So you really couldn't even communicate with them.
Not much. No.
So you were in a cattle train. What is that, like a big open car? There's no seats?
No seat. A lot of hay.
Were there animals in there?
No animals.
And how many people were in the car?
Well, the family was 5, and me.
And so the guy just said, come with me, he put you on the train, and then he just left.
Sure.
Did the family know where they were going?
No.
And you didn't know where you were going?
Nobody knew where you go.
Where did you,
They don't tell you anything. You just go.
where did you think you were going?
I had no idea. I never heard of Siberia.
Did you think that they were going to kill you?
No.
Did you think they were going to hurt you?
No. I really never worried about my life.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So did you think that the Russian soldier put you on the train to get you someplace safe?
Someplace. I don't know how to say, but someplace. Not to kill me.
Okay. And did the family have any idea on what was going on?
No.
So then what happened next?
Next, there was a girl in the family, my age, but much bigger. And the woman gave me some of her clothes because I had only a little, summer dress and sandals. And I was grateful for them. And we were just going. We didn't know where or what or what. But most of the time, we were standing instead of going. That's why it took so long to get there.
Did you get out of the train?
Only to go if you had to.
But you didn't get, like if you stopped someplace, there wasn't a town or something where you got out.
No, no town, no town.
And who fed you? The soldiers?
Hmm?
The soldiers fed you? Gave you food? The soup?
No, we were not with the soldiers. Nobody, I didn't see no soldiers.
So there was nobody watching you. You were just on
No.
that train. If you wanted to get out and run, you could have, right?
Hmm.
Did you ever think about doing that?
No, no,
And the whole time you're going, you didn't have any clue where you were going.
absolutely. We
Could-
did stop in one place where there was an awful lot of salt, black salt, not refined salt. And if you had a pail, which we didn't, we could have gotten plenty of salt, because after the next stop, not right away, but maybe 200 miles, 300 miles away, you know, we could have made a lot of money selling that salt.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't have pails, so you couldn't get the salt. See, organization there is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we had something is in one place, lots of it, but you can't get it
Mm-hmm.
unless you have a tool to get it with.
Well, how long was this whole trip from
Very long,
to get to Siberia? How long did it
very
take?
long, almost 2 months, 2 months.
Where you were just going and stopping and then going again, all day and all night?
No, not at night.
The train didn't go at night?
For some reason, they didn't go at night.
And during the whole
And
time?
sometimes they did a little, but mostly they moved in the daytime.
And you never saw the people who were in charge of the train?
No, no,
Were there other cars attached to your car?
sure.
So did people from one car talk to people from the other?
Hmm.
And did you become friends?
No.
So there wasn't a lot of talking?
Just with the family that took me in. That's all.
And did you ever hear anybody talking about where the train might be going?
No. Nobody knew.
Did other people try to get off the train and leave? And
No.
or everybody stayed on the train?
Nobody tried to get off.
So during this train trip, did you know what was going on in Poland at the time?
Not much, except that the Germans are there. And they're evacuating, they're taking people in wherever.
What did you know about the evacuation?
Not much. There were no newspapers, no letters, no nothing.
Did you know that they were taking Jews and moving them specifically? Did you know why?
No. No.
So what did you think was happening with your family and your brothers and sisters?
I didn't know what to think. I really didn't know. Because I didn't. They didn't know either.
Nobody on the train knew. So during the 2 and 3 months, you were just on the train thinking that you were going away from the war to someplace safe.
Mm-hmm.
And then at what point did you figure out that you were going to Siberia?
To tell you the truth, I never figured it out until we got there.
And this was in the middle of the winter that you got there, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you're going towards north, and it's bitter cold.
Did you have blankets and
No.
Did anybody
The
get really...
people did. The people that took me in.
Oh, okay.
I was very lucky to have these people.
Was there a...
They took me in like a family.
Was there any kind of fire? Did anybody light a fire in the train, or?
No.
So it was just cold. You were just wrapped up in blankets.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the future sister-in-law?
Yeah. What happened to your sister-in-law?
Oh, this is later. This is in Asia.
You had been separated before that part, right?
Oh, my sister-in-law got there, but but she remained with the people that was the group, but I wasn't.
So when the soldier came to get you,
Yeah.
to ask you if you wanted to go home, it was
Yeah, I
just
said, come and I'll show you where the rest is, and you'll take everybody.
you? And you never had a chance to
They
go back and
wouldn't.
tell your
No.
sister-in-law or anybody that
I
you-
had no idea what happened to them. Not to my brother, not to my sister-in-law, nothing.
Did you ever see anyone ever again?
Yeah, sure, I saw my brother and I saw my sister-in-law.
How?
Later, when I was freed from Siberia after 2.5 years.
Oh.
It's, my brother was taken, well, first he was in the Polish army, but now he was in the Russian army. And when they freed him, he went to his wife. And she happened to have a very sick kid at the time, a baby. It was undernourished. Eventually died. And but this was later.
Yeah, so you got to Siberia, and what was that like?
What was that like?
Well, how did you know that was the final stop, and you weren't just sitting there and you were going to keep going?
Oh, eventually, we knew we were going somewheres. And everybody said, where are we going? And this is what, I guess one of them spoke a tiny bit Russian. And he says, he thinks we're going to Siberia. Okay. And this is where we went. When we got off the train, we saw a bunch of people sitting by a tea house, sipping something, I don't know what. Later on, I heard it was opium. See, opium doesn't grow everywhere. And this is what they did there. But there wasn't too many people to begin with. It's surrounded with a river. The river is Zvina, the name of it.
Was it a city?
There were no people living there.
Were there houses?
I wouldn't call it houses. I would, shacks, big shacks.
Was it constructed as a prison, or did it used to be houses?
It never was houses. It was always for prisoners.
So the people that were there, were they taken there by the Russian army, or were they people that had lived there?
Well, the people that lived there, there was also further up, about 100 miles, maybe not 50 miles, was a village. And people lived there, that lived there permanently.
Do you remember the name of the
The
village?
rest, no, they really don't. They didn't have a name. I don't know.
Well, what was the name of the place where you were besides just Siberia? What was it? Did they have a
I have
name?
no idea.
It was just called Siberia.
I have no idea.
And it was right by the train tracks? You got off the train and you were there?
Almost, yeah.
You didn't have to
We
get on a...
didn't have to go on any other transportation.
So when you got off the train, who told you where to go?
Oh, they were Russian people. Nachalniks, they call them.
Soldiers?
Yeah. I mean, big shots. Higher ups.
What were they like? Were they violent or were they...
No, no, they were very nice. They were not violent. They were not mean. And they actually greeted us nice. They weren't mean at all.
So when you got to this place, did you have any idea what you would be doing there or how long you'd be staying?
Absolutely not.
Did you live in a building?
The building, I should have described the building. It wasn't a house like this. And it wasn't, I couldn't even describe any house around here that would, you know,
Did it have heat and hot water?
yeah, running water.
Didn't have it?
Are you kidding?
Did it have heat?
No, nothing.
How'd you stay warm?
It's just whatever we had.
But it wasn't a prison.
It was a working camp.
There were guards there to
It
make
wasn't.
sure you didn't leave?
They were guards,
Hmm.
but they were not mean, and they were not with guns, and they were not, you know, ready to shoot you. No,
Did you know why you were there? Did they tell you?
no, no,
So you just went there and you worked?
no. Yeah, we used to work